Hello, beautiful stars out there, earth, air, fire, and water. I hope everyone has been staying prayed up, blessed up, and doing what you do best. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful late night out here in Rainchild's Corners. And I hope you all continue to do no other than Alchemizing. And I'm going to get straight on into this message. How's everyone been doing? I hope everyone's been doing okay. Clear any kind of negative energy on your behalf and mine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nothing but the highest light. God Almighty, archangels, ancestors, and evil is never welcome here. Okay. And so, I hope everyone has been doing okay. I'm back for another reading, and hopefully I'll get this one out along with the other. Okay. But, the message that I have is technically, no matter how much or how long you watch a person or be around a person, you will never actually know that person. A person, you know, can hold things to their chest. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you have things that are sacred to you, to who you are as an individual, sometimes we don't speak those things out loud. And then people can, you know, look at what you got going on and they can just have their own assumptions about things. Needless to say, you know, some people, and whoever this may resonate with, I'm hearing some people may watch you, and really it's not watching you because they might not even be jealous of you. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people can watch you and be inspired, you know. Like I was saying, you know, you can watch people and be inspired, but you know, I will share, but I won't, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, I'm not gonna just jump on there and just comment or whatever, you know, like in their lives or anything like that, just out of respect for the reader.
If I do, that means I've been following you for a long time.
And then, you know, sometimes you might watch a reader,
and then, you know,
and then
later on, then I'll
readers
probably just
feel like you're trying
just
to
out of respect,
steal from them or whatever the case may be. You know, child, you know, I'm one of those people. I love creating things, and there's a million things I can do as far as creating. You know what I'm saying? I create things. I make my own candles. You know, there's so many things I can do. I can make clothes. You know, I've already said all this before. Jewelry. You know, whatever. You know, sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't, like I once said before, you know, I don't be on nobody's page, you know, and, you know, be like, trying to take something from somebody, or either, you know, trying to, go on there to get some attention or whatever they be calling it, ciphering energy or whatever. No, none of that. But I do have, you know, a few people pages, and they know who I am because they know if I'm subscribed to their page. There were some readers in the past, you know, that I was subscribed to, and you know, had to learn about, you know, the individual not being genuine, you know, so I'll just excuse myself from the page, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, some people just like to do things, to aggravate people. You know what I'm saying? Antagonize people or whatever. But I guess it's really, really annoying, you know what I'm saying, when you actually realize that it's one thing, to be an individual, to be on this journey and really be trying to change people's lives for the better and be helpful. And then it's another thing to be here and, be on this journey and literally not even take it. Just let it go. I'm at 2 times or whatever the case may be, maybe just 2 times. And that's when I guess the psychotic me comes out. But maybe that's what people want to see. Some people want to see a psychotic you come out, and they want to keep poking and provoking. But the thing is, at this grown ass age, we don't do provoking anymore.
Everyone is not that invested in being a bully.
That's the way we used to when we were.
And a lot of us was never like that, period. Some of us was raised better. We weren't allowed to have temper tantrums.
I went to the store today. I went to one of my favorite places I love to go to, Sage and Smudge. I love that place. And they moved, they got a new location. Absolutely gorgeous. And when I was leaving, the new lady there that I seen, she wanted me to reach my hand in the little basket and pull out a card. And so the reading was, it was Giraffe, Visionary. And it says, rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. So, technically, I stand tall and stand above pettiness, you know what I'm saying? And all this earthly bull, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to people just doing things just for, do what you like, do what thou will with your time, your life, and your situation. But me personally, what I do and how I live, this is me, this is my life, this is who I am, and I am who I am. I don't have to fake the funk for no damn body.
Time waits for no one.
Anyone from my past, they'll tell you that. And if you ever met someone who said I wasn't who I portray to be or am, they're idiots, obviously. And they really don't know me. There's been plenty of times and places and things and all kind of situations where people really do think they know me, and I have no freaking clue who they are. It's weird. People will make a beef with you and get all bent out of shape and just be pissed off just because you might know somebody that they know, or maybe somebody that they know might have spoke of you, and they get all bent out of shape about it because maybe there's something in you or something they seen that done freaked them out and done intimidated the shit out of them or whatever. It's something, but let me just get to the point. What I'm here to tell you, Chad, the sad thing is, most of the time it be our own people, and then a lot of people be like, well, don't be prejudiced and da. Child, we got enough prejudiced acting entities and soulless beings and every damn thing else, within my community, within my skin color, just to put it like that. We can be the worst on each other. Be the worst on each other. And Lord, this is one thing that I hate to see, is when you have someone of another color, you know what I'm saying? They know this, you know? And a lot of them do know, and very intelligently know. And so they'll use that to have you to go against your own kind. And then you just have them ones that are just all about the other, but yet they be your color. And then they don't care what it is. You know, if it's, my bad, if it's not you or who you are, you know what I'm saying, then it's right. Whatever else is right. I mean, child, I'm here to tell you, I don't have a prejudice bone in my body. People know that about me. I love a lot of different, you know, type of people. You good with me, I'm good with you. You know what I'm saying? But I will not deal with a person who has a problem with you that don't even know you, who has a problem with you and don't even know you. That is a sickness. You know, I've healed myself from a lot of damn different things, and I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. I love to take pictures, you know. I'm a self-taught photographer. I'm one of those individuals, I can find the most beautiful thing that nobody can even see, and I would spot it, and they'd be like, how in the world? I'll be looking, I'm very observant, and when I see a beautiful person, you know, I look at them, you know what I'm saying? It could be a man or a woman, and when I see somebody that's very beautiful, I can spot certain things, their eyes, their lips, whatever it may be. And you know, I love taking pictures of people. I love taking pictures of people, animals, critters, whatever. I just love taking, you know, pictures of anything that is beautiful. If it's beautiful, it's beautiful. And I just don't understand when people get so bent out of shape about an individual, about, you know, them looking a certain type of way, or even the way they dress or the way they act, or whatever. Props, you know, I'm just a real individual. If they beautiful, they beautiful. That doesn't mean, you know, it's gonna stop me from getting love. You know what I'm saying? From where I'm supposed to get love from, because what's for you is gonna always be for you. You know what I'm saying? So whoever this message is resonating with, you know, just take what applies. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what side are you on in this reading, if you're the person who gets intimidated by beauty, or if you're the person who loves to see beauty. I love to see it. But you know, some people will just watch you. They'll try to learn you and study you technically so they can combat you. They try to see what it is that you have and how they can combat you. This ain't for everyone, but there are a lot of people out there that's like that, and there are a lot of people who like watching you because you're handsome or beautiful, whatever the case may be. And then sometimes, you know, people really genuinely love who you are as a person inside and out. But what I'm here to tell you is there are some really weird individuals out here that see you as competition, and they want to destroy you because they think you're competing with them when you're not even thinking on that level, whatever the case may be. You know, I was listening to some earlier, and it was funny because what I was listening to, they said, people be running a rat race and they're trying to constantly run, get somewhere, and they're not even getting it anywhere. And then they're putting you in a race that you're not even asking to be in or even thinking you're in.
And let me tell you,
it's like they're just doing it on their own because it's what they want to do.
This is for the watcher who always watches prematurely. No matter what you cloak yourself in, I always see your ass.
I'm here to help people. I'm here to help uplift my peoples and whoever else want to be uplifted. Okay? And I'm just going to pull a couple of these cards because I have to take off pretty soon. And you'll never know the depths of an individual, especially when they keep a lot of things to their chest. That's all I'm saying. Everything ain't for everybody. Have miracles here. Give me a second. Alright, so I think I'm gonna put this down here. Hold on. So I can show my cord. Alright, so we have miracles. Okay, some people might watch you because they think you are a miracle. Maybe because you overcame a whole lot of mess, you know what I'm saying, in your life. And like someone was telling me earlier, some things you go through, you might, look at it like mess, but it's not mess. Some things are blessings in disguise. They teach you lessons. It's something you had to learn. You'll be surprised at what you learn in things that are kind of shocking. You know what I'm saying? But there are also miracles that are coming towards whoever this message resonates with. If you had to deal with a lot of people, in the past or even recently, people just treating you differently, and you haven't even done anything to anybody, pray about that. You can pray about that and talk to God about that and get those things resolved. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, people don't realize. Sometimes people really don't even be realizing how they're acting. They might just even have something on their mind. It could be something going on with them. It might not even necessarily be you. Unless somebody really naturally or on purpose tries to penetrate your energy, goes past by you, nudges you, say something out of the way to you constantly, and, pretty much be throwing subliminals at you or whatever the case may be. You might even slip up and say your name or something, mess up like that. Then maybe so. But then if it's just somebody just being repetitive in their message, that might not even really be your problem either, because sometimes when people be repetitive in their message and they're just doing the same thing over and over and over again, Lord, I would hate that to be that individual who's being paid to constantly keep saying the same message over and over and over again, or constantly just being in that loop, because obviously some people just be stuck in a loop. And then it's one thing, if you're just bouncing off of somebody else's message or whatever the case may be, because the energy is flowing, the energy is just flowing like that. But then when it's just constant, just always up in your business, just constant, oh child, that's a whole different ball game. But sometimes it just be like that. But you're a miracle. You're a miracle to a lot of people, and there are miracles coming your way. And then some people see that you got miracles coming your way, or miracles have already happened for you. I'm hearing there are some beautiful mothers here for the ones who have children. Like I'm hearing that some people really wanted you to be a sour energy, like tried to portray you to be this ugly individual of a mother. Even said you had all these children that you wasn't taking care of, saying that you was going in and out of town, not doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing with your kids, leaving your kids at home alone. And for some of you all, your children, you've already raised your children, and you was a damn good mother, and your children love you to death. And then you just have people out here just trying to slander you. And I'm here to tell you, for the mothers who actually physically raised their children, fought for their children, made sure you got your children. There's no excuse. You have no excuses. You might have lost them just for a little bit because maybe something happened because, someone done something. We go through a lot when it comes to our kids. Sometimes nowadays you can't even discipline your children. Without somebody trying to call somebody on you. I used to have them little problems too, but I never lost my kid. I've always had my son, and I've only had one son, but you have people out here saying you got 5 kids and you ain't taking care of your kid. Child, people are crazy. But I'm here to tell you, I'm a damn good mother, always been a good mother, and I've been a damn good mother to other people's children when they were in my care. And I applaud all of the beautiful mothers out there who have actually, taken care of their families, raised their beautiful families up, and now you're able to do what it is that you want to do because you've done your job as far as raising your children. And some of you all are beautiful grandparents, even raising your grandkids. You're applauded for being a beautiful mother. Sometimes, we don't always have the luxury, of having a mother like yourself. But, when you're breaking these generational curses, you make damn sure that if you was raised up in a very bad environment, or you had a sour mother or something like that, or whatever the case may be, and you was neglected, when you can step up to the plate and physically do what it is that you have to do to make sure your child doesn't have to go through that, and do realize that money is never an option or never a replacement, for care or physical care. Child, that's beautiful. I know some people have told me, my mom wasn't here, my dad wasn't there, but I had everything I needed. I had money and this and that and the other. It's good, because some parents feel like, the only way they can love their children is through money. But there's nothing like, having that mother or father there. Okay? So regardless of whatever it is you had to go through, you stepped up to the plate, you became the miracle. Now you have miracles coming in because you did what it was that you were supposed to do. Okay? And then, some people will just be looking at you like, how did she do that? Shh. Don't take much when you want to do better. Like I always say, it's a choice. Because you have the cosmic power. You have the yin and the yang, the cosmic power. You realized and found out how to balance that good and dark. Bring it together. Because a lot of us, when we were younger and was coming up and when we had our kids, a lot of us did not, want to change our little lifestyles or whatever the case may be. Me personally, I was out there, I was singing and stuff, and I decided when I had my kid, I was like, well, I'm going to quit singing, I'm going to quit doing this, I'm going to quit doing that. And every now and then I might have done a little something, but I always made sure that whatever I did, my child will be taken care of. And then once my child, once I got a little bit, as time progressed and I got a little bit older, child, I just went full force with my kid, always tried to do the best that I could do, especially being a single parent. Because I'm here to tell you, I had a ball with my kid. I didn't want to miss that for the world. I'll be sitting around thinking, Lord, when can I get me a grandchild? Because these beautiful children, they bring joy. Joy. You see that? And being a mother is joy. Not judging anybody, because you know everybody have different circumstances or whatever the case may be. But I'm just here to tell you, if you're going through a situation where you have a kid, and I can understand, you know, some people be young and they want to go to college and, you know, do what it is that they want to do as far as, you know, getting their education. You know, like I said, there's different levels. Pray about it. Ask God Almighty, you know, to help guide you with the situation, because, you know, a lot of us have family. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't have family. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have help. Some people do have help. You know, luckily for me, you know, my mother-in-law, when she was around, she always wanted, you know, my son, or whatever the case may be. We used to literally be fighting over who was going to have him the weekend. And then, you know, when she passed on, then I had, you know, I had my brothers. You know, my brothers was there. I had a lot of brothers. And, you know, never had to worry about who's going to take them, you know, to the bus stop and this and that and the other. Now, on the other hand, when everybody was at work, you know, I might have went, you know, had a couple little things that would have happened, you know, as far as me working third shift. Sometimes I overslept. But, you know, that happened a couple of times. But other than that, you know, it was joy, complete joy. And just know whatever it is that you need to do, you know you are the alchemist. You can always alchemize any type of energy to bend to your will. You have to know it. You can always want something. And wanting is great, but know it. Two more cards, please. Yeah, because we have this awakening here. Some of you all just need to go within. And have this rebirth to your new awakening. There's some of you all, I'm hearing some of you all are going through the dark night of the soul. Because a lot of people have been holding back too as well, you know. And that's why it's just that time. There is no more, not for me, there is no more hiding who I am, you know. I know I'm not a sourpuss, so it is what it is. If people think I am, then that's what you think. But I know who I am, and it is what it is. And if you don't like it, you know, you don't have to be over here looking, okay? Maybe that's confirmation. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. But it's just that time, you know, just live out loud, be who you are. You know, the ancestors are telling me we have been deprived enough, and they took enough from us. Enough is enough already. You know, enough is enough. And it's just that time. That's what I flipped open. Speak up. Speak up for who you are. And I love each and every one of you guys. And let me show you these cards right here. And these are the cards. Know your miracles are coming, and yes, you are the miracle. Okay? You are that yin and yang. You know, you balance that dark and light energy. You know, you are joy within and without. And whatever it is that you're creating or created, it is joy. And joy is also coming your way as well. You know you're the alchemist. You know whatever it is that you need to do, it can be resolved with God. You know, with God, you will always win with God, period. And it's not a wanting, it's a knowing. And know you're going to be having these rebirths and looking forward to this awakening, because the awakening is happening now, and it's happening en masse. And live it out loud. Be who you are, love yourself, and live out loud. And I love each and every one of you guys. This is